Yeah, so my name is Kyle Van Vouris. I'm the CEO of Vouris, and because I manage sales at the organization, I have to be very careful about like when people schedule stuff and if they don't show up. So that's what I do, and that's how I try to manage it. Speed is always the most important lever that you can pull. This is what I'm most passionate about, especially with inbound leads. You work so hard to get leads in the pipeline, get deals in the pipeline. We work so hard to do that. And one of the things that we do is marketing. And marketing drives leads for the sales team. And then we do outbound. It's a ton of work just to get leads, just to get the pipeline full. So when you have situations come up where you got to do back and forth to try to get a lead to book a meeting, or if an inbound comes through and you haven't booked a meeting with them yet, like these are such high impact things, and prospects notice when it takes you 30 seconds to reply to them versus taking you 24 hours. And the amount of sales organizations today that don't reach out to leads within a day, 2 days, 3 days is embarrassing. Because if somebody raises their hand, we need to reach out to them as quickly as we can. And also, what's the experience when you do have to reschedule? Is it like, hey, I sent over some times and the salesperson waited 2 days and said those times aren't available anymore. Here are some new times. Do any of these work? It's a nightmare. Or, oh, here's a calendar link. It's like, okay, I don't know if I want to, like, listen, I'm not clicking anyone's calendar link. You think I'm going clicking calendar link, pulling up my calendar, looking at the available options and trying to like do all this math? No, okay, I'm not. As an organization, you want to capture all of those people. You don't want to just hope that your sales rep who's doing incredibly well also keeps the bucket not from leaking. So what do you think about when you run these types of teams? How can I enable these reps to be even more effective with their time? And instead of trying to like crack a whip to get certain behavior to happen, what if we can use technology to make sure that we don't have anything slipping through the cracks? That's what I think the real value is here. And it allows your top performing reps to know this is going to get handled. Part of it is I don't think about it at all. So before, like I would think a lot about it, and I'm like, okay, are they showing up? Is this another no-show? And I get frustrated about it. And in general, tools that you use, you think about. It's a tool that I'm using. I'm thinking about that tool. And what's very interesting about Scheduler is I don't have to think about it at all. It just happens. I know it's doing its thing. If there's anything it's doing, it's what it's supposed to do. So I don't have to think about it. I have to go in and push buttons. I don't have to look at stuff. It just happens in the background. And that's, I think, both a very unique thing, but also a very exciting thing because it's less on my plate. And now what Scheduler can do is have those conversations with people to find a better time if they need to, or at the bare minimum, confirm that that time works. And that's really the key for us. Are they? Like that's all that matters, right? Like are the leads filling out the forms, coming to their appointments, meeting with your sales team, and then closing? If they are, great, you figure something out. But that's not the reality for almost anybody, right? Like a lead comes in, a couple hours goes by, God forbid a day goes by, nobody's reached out. They booked an appointment, they have to reschedule it. Nobody reaches out. Or they do, and then it starts to fizzle a little bit. I mean, these are common problems that you see across all sales organizations. So yeah, it's great in a perfect world that we have all these things set up for people to be able to book their appointments, but it doesn't work out that way. If it did, why would we be talking? We wouldn't be, right? And if somebody's watching this and they are this deep into it and they're evaluating a solution for this, they have that problem. And no, it's not good enough to just have a calendar on the website. And ask anybody who has a calendar on the website. You know, it doesn't work as great as they want it to. We have to take different approaches for different people.